prior to coming, I was apprehensive about what would take place, because I've never truly been in an totally interfaith environment. I'm probably in the minority as far as my conservative judeo-christian belief system. I come to this conference with two issues. First of all, that judeo-christian background, and then the second, that I'm also African-American. And a lot of times, I'm not at the table. And socially, African-Americans are not at the table. And theologically, a lot of times, as a conservative, we're not at the table. It almost appears to me at times that every voice wants to be heard except the voice of the conservative Christian. Now, with that being said, I understand that from the background that I come from, that there is intolerance. And none of us really talked about the major intolerances in all of our religions, because we're trying to find common ground. I'm just as embarrassed by the extremism in Judeo-Christian faith as the Muslim will be embarrassed by 9/11 or other things that are taking place in our world. However, I'm mandated by the Christ of the cross to live in a way that brings him honor and glory. And I admit that I came with a lot of preconceived ideas about Islam. I really didn't know Islam. Somewhat understood Judaism, but from a tainted perspective, okay, from a Christian perspective or study of Jewish studies. And so when I came and I sat next to Adil, and I was the guy in our group, I think everybody can attest to this, I was the guy in our group that was the abrasion. But my abrasion was not to offend, actually. My abrasion was that I was going to insist that my view would be on the table for everybody to examine, and I wasn't expecting everybody to believe like I believe, but I wanted everybody to know exactly what I believe. And I think one of the greatest moments was when I was sitting by her and I looked at her, and I said, you know, I'm against gay and lesbian lifestyle. I said, but you know what, we could be friends, we could go out to eat lunch, we could go to the movies, you know. I said, you know, I just want you to understand where I am. And nobody in our group, at first I think it was because we had not reached that community level. I think everybody was kind of looking at me and Andre in particular. Man, they're just crazy, you know. And but as we kept dialoguing, I think everybody understood that, and I hope I did articulate it well enough, that I'm not angry, I'm not bitter, I'm not trying to ostracize you or intimidate you. I just wanted my view on the table. And what I learned, and I really think if a deal was in my community, we would hang out. You know,
I thought we were going to hang out.
I really have grown to respect him. Yesterday we hung out yesterday afternoon, and I was able to ask him questions, and he was very forthcoming, and I was too. And I left the conference thinking this: we can hold totally separate views and still exist in a world where we share mutually common goals, such as human decency, the abolishment of maltreatment of other individuals, even though we hold drastically different theological perspectives. And I'm trying to get to the conclusion. But I want to say thank you, first of all, Cheryl, thank you for the ability for someone like me to come to a place like this and have the opportunity to share what I believe and not leave with the sense that daggers are all in my back.